Hey folks, welcome back to another Dice Tower preview. I'm Mark, and today we're taking a look at X-Men Dice Throne, which is brought to you by Dice Throne and the Op. It's for 2 to 6 players, ages 8 and up, and games generally run about 20 to 40 minutes. In X-Men Dice Throne, you become one of 9 innovative and thematic heroes. Every Marvel Dice Throne hero was painstakingly designed and balanced to provide the most thematic experience possible, allowing you to truly embody your favorite heroes like no other game. Featuring all new mechanisms and asymmetric design, these are some of the most innovative and exciting heroes yet. Attack your opponents and activate abilities by rolling your hero's unique set of 5 dice. Accumulate combat points and spend them on cards that have a large range of effects, such as granting permanent hero upgrades, applying status effects, and manipulating dice directly. Yours, your teammates, or even your opponents. So join me in this new series as we take a dive into each new character. In this 3rd episode, we take a closer look at Psylocke. Psylocke's complexity is a level 3. Her weapon of choice is psychic daggers. Crafting weapons of telekinetic power, Betsy Braddock manifests her psychic control in the form of powerful weapons, such as daggers. Her agile maneuvers have opponents paralyzed, and her mind can reach deep within her enemy to scramble even the most well-planned defense. I choose to stand between the world and those who threaten it. Psylocke's dice definitely play into who she is and what she's all about. Her symbols here are going to be Blade, you're going to have her Psy, you're going to have her Mind, and her Starlight. And she also has a 6th dice though. This is known as her Manifest dice, which plays directly into her passive ability. And I really like when these characters have passive abilities. And this one does not disappoint for her. So at the top of your offensive phase, you'll be rolling this dice along with all the others, and then placing it on your board. Then you have a couple choices. You can simply use this dice, replace it for one of your others, and use it to activate one of your abilities. Or you have the choice to simply increase your attack damage by half of the value that was rolled on that dice. So that passive ability really comes into play, and you'll be using it every round of the game for sure. Now, other special abilities that she has with her tokens and different things she can do here. First, we have Paralyze. This is a fantastic ability. When you inflict this on someone, it will basically paralyze them, block them from inflicting any of their status tokens or even gaining those status tokens on their turn. But of course, at the end of her turn, it goes away. But that Paralyze definitely is thematic to what she does. Next up is Agility. And when you spin this token, you get to block some damage. If you roll a 1, 2, or 3, you get to block half the incoming damage rounded up. Really fantastic for a defensive move for sure. And then we have Infiltration, which is used against your opponents who are trying to defend themselves. So you'll spin this token in order to make them re-roll maybe their best outcome, their best dice for that particular round. Psylocke's ultimate ability is known as Otherworlder, and here you're looking for that Starlight symbol, the number 6. You need 5 symbols in order to activate this ability. Now, first and foremost, you're going to get Agility token for this, and then you're going to inflict a Paralyze on your opponent, and then you're going to do 11 points of undefendable damage, definitely showing just how powerful her psychic abilities can be. Now, looking at her main abilities, first we have Lunge, and based on the dagger symbol rolled, however many of those you roll, 3, 4, or 5 will determine how much damage. This is defendable, but it is a lot of damage, 5, 6, or 7. And then we have Devise, and if you get one of each of the symbols, you get a dagger, you get the Psy, the Mind, and Starlight. Well, then you're going to do 3 points of undefendable damage, and if you don't use your Manifest dice, then you're going to gain 1 combat point. Then we have Parry. You're looking for daggers, Psy, and Starlight here, but you're going to do 7 points of defendable damage, but you also will gain an Agility token. Now, if you're rolling for straights, you're looking at her Stealth ability. For a small straight, you're going to do 6 points of damage and gain an Infiltration token. For her large straight, though, you will inflict one of those Paralyzed tokens on your opponent, and you'll be doing 8 points of damage. The damage on this one is definitely defendable, but it definitely gives you a nice hit on your opponent. Now, the Blade Dance. You're looking for Starlight symbols on all your dice for this. You just need 4, but you're going to get an Agility token, an Infiltration token, and then you're going to do 6 points of undefendable damage. Psylocke's last main ability here is paralysis. You're looking for daggers and you're looking for mind symbols, but you're going to be inflicting one of those paralysis tokens on your opponent and doing 6 points of damage. It is defendable. And then for your defense, you get to roll 3 dice for clandestine. And for every dagger you roll, you will be doing 1 point of unblockable damage, but you have the potential to draw cards or even get agility tokens. So as you can see, her defensive rolls really aren't about blocking incoming damage. Instead, that's what you're going to be using those agility tokens for, to help block some damage and prevent getting those huge hits through the course of the game. Now, she also has upgrade cards, obviously, for 5 of her abilities, and she has 1 that she can upgrade for her defense as well. And all of these cards are going to cost 2 combat points to put into play, again covering up the original ability. So Devise 2 is basically just going to give you the ability to do more damage. But on the same card, we have Strong Shield. Looking for that psi result on the dice, you're going to draw 2 infiltration tokens and 2 agility tokens. And for parry level 2, you're still going to do 7 points of damage, but you're going to gain an extra agility token. Upgrading your stealth ability to stealth 2 will basically on the small straight give you an extra infiltration token, but on the large straight you'll do an extra point of damage. And then for blade dance, you're going to get 2 tokens of agility and 2 tokens of infiltration, but it adds another ability to the card, girded. So you only need 3 symbols, 3 starlight symbols here. You're going to get an agility token, but you're going to be doing 2 points of undefendable damage. For paralysis level 2, you're going to be able to do 1 more point of damage with the main ability, but it adds a new ability called immobile. And here you're going to be looking for the psi symbol as well as mine, but you're going to get an infiltration token, you'll get an agility token, and do 4 points of damage. But for her defensive ability, you can upgrade this as well. And when you do, it's going to just add 1 more point of damage to whenever you roll the blade symbol on your dice. So instead of 1 undefendable damage, you'll do 2. And of course, she has several different cards with different effects that you can use that are not specific to abilities, but do play into all of them. And a couple here that I picked out that I really liked was Forced. You know, again, playing into that paralysis token that you put on someone, this will allow you to gain their positive status effect on activating one of their abilities if they have this token on them. And I really like Backflip as well because you get lots of different possibilities here. It's going to cost you 1 combat point only as well. And when you do this, you're going to get an agility token and you get to roll a dice. And based on the dice roll, you're going to have various different things like getting a card or getting a combat point. Lots of different things here. I really like this card. It came into play quite a bit for me. And Shattered, yes, another one that plays into the paralysis token. If someone has the paralysis token, they are going to gain damage, undefendable damage based on playing this card. And again, all these cards are going to cost you combat points to put into play, and you have to be mindful about when and how you use them based on where you are in the turn structure, like always. But lots of different things in here that play into her abilities and are very thematic to who she is. Alright folks, just a reminder once again, this has been a Dice Tower paid preview, and everything you've seen has been in prototype form, so keep a close eye on the campaign for any changes that still may occur. Now, with that said, you know, Psylocke historically wouldn't be a character I would really gravitate towards. I mean, I liked her alright in the comics and so forth and in the movies, but you know, playing her several times, I really found her abilities to be intriguing. I like how they work, the combo, the paralysis token, and the passive dice. I almost exclusively used it as damage every turn. I did use it for one of the straights, doing a large straight at one point. But in general, I really like that passive ability, and I like when characters use that and utilize it for sure. And you know, everything about her, again, like the other characters, super thematic to what she does and who she is. And you know what, this was just another close look at one of the characters from the campaign. I hope you enjoyed this look, and come back next time for Iceman. Until then, if this looks like something of interest to you, I'm sure they'd appreciate your support. So I think that's it for me, and until next time, we'll see you at the table.